Titanfall is probably my most favorite game right now. Well, that was kinda abrupt, but then again, you clicked on this video for the title, right? Okay, maybe you just wanted an explanation. Well, that's fine, I guess. Okay, what's up guys? Today we're gonna explain some of my favorite games that I've played over the years and why they're so good. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna put some ideas together and just show you what I think a perfect game would be. And obviously this is all opinion, so you can have a different opinion and go explain that in the comments if you want to. Okay, first for some background. I'm mostly a fan of single player games, but not really for the story, though it is an important idea that I will get to later. I tend to mostly play first person shooters also, which is also my favorite genre, though I've also played a variety of different kinds of games as well, and they're also pretty fun too, which I will mention throughout the video. I'm also a big fan of graphics, whether that just be good graphics or even just retro graphics. Now with enough rambling, let's just... Whoa, video editing magic. Okay, so this list isn't actually in any particular order though, so just keep that in mind. So for the first one, I'm actually gonna mention a little remaster I've played recently. It's from a little tiny game studio that you might not have heard of. It's called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Okay, maybe that studio isn't that tiny, maybe the game either, but this game honestly just is incredible, and after fixing small few issues with RTX GPUs, this game honestly aged like a cup of fine wine. Controls are obviously that of a COD game, but then again, if you're playing the original Modern Warfare series or any COD game really, you're playing for these stories. And I'm talking about the campaign. I know you guys are gonna talk about the multiplayer, and I'm speaking from my experience. They're absolutely amazing. Even the ones that people don't really like, they're still really good. And I kind of like insane interactable films, and not like The Last of Us kind of story, but like the kind of movie that you're never gonna shut up about. Now let's talk about why this remaster was honestly perfect, because it really was. And the main thing is that the complete game is the same as the original, even bullet points, just the most tiny things was kept the same, but made so much better with this remaster. And aside from the graphics overall, which is just perfect, it just captures the complete spirit of the game, and this game just aged amazingly, so it doesn't even have to have a Control remake. Also, this game has some amazing multiplayer, which is sadly dead on PC, and even for the H1 client for the game, and which is also one of the unique thing about the COD games, is that they have a huge community that helps their dead games stay alive. Like Black Ops 2 has more than 2,000 players on the Plutonium mod, and that's only for the multiplayer. The Zombies has even more most of the time, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but then you gotta realize that you can play any server with any game mode or map with max players, which is just great. It's amazing. But we need to talk about Titanfall 2. I fucking love this masterpiece, and even though I said this isn't in any particular order, this game is in top 3 for me, and number 2 and number 3 is not Titanfall, so you know where it is. This game is just perfect in every way. I've played this complete game like plenty times, and this is also the first game that I played on fully hard difficulty, which I know I'm gonna get laughed at in the comments for that, but it's honestly my fault that I've always defaulted to medium, even though I was capable of play higher, and I could have pushed myself earlier, but that's not really the point of this video. The point is that the story is beautiful. God damn. I don't want to spoil anything, but the whole narrative design is just
beautiful.
Amazingly crafted with BT and Jack's dialogue, and the ending is just crazy. I don't want to spoil it, but it's just amazing. And even a few scenes that before it just like genuinely make me feel a connection between this sci-fi universe. And another crazy thing about this game, other than its amazing dreamlike graphics, is the control. They're just so smooth and top notch. The way sliding and wall running is implemented is probably the best thing I've ever seen in a game so far, and the gunplay is great too. I personally don't have any experience with the multiplayer, but the story and the gameplay is the main part of this game anyways. And with both of these aspects, it's really just a perfect game. But we should really get to go into the next game. Yeah, that was a little fast. But let's talk about Breath of the Wild, which is honestly amazing open world game. And it's really different from what I normally play, and this is a really open world RPG Zelda game, without all the eyesore UI in most RPG games, which honestly turns me away from them, except Elden Ring, cause I just need to play that. Yeah, I just need... Oh, also, these stylized graphics look absolutely amazing, and it's just a great refresher from some of the more gritty games I've been playing recently. That I do say I'm not that far in the game and the story to compliment it about the more intricate details about it, but what I can say is for the gameplay and design of the game, it's just incredible, and Nintendo actually did a great job on this, and the new game is releasing soon, and they just did an amazing job on the groove of the game, and it's just really unique and feels different, while still staying the same and rewarding. And from what I played and watched years ago, the puzzles feel amazing, just good, and somehow they're rewarding, even though they don't really give much more than Doom tokens. But that's really about it that I can say about this, so... Okay, here's the final and last game I'm going to be talking about today. this being the great and almighty Doom Eternal. There were many other games that I could have picked, being Wolfenstein, and even an indie one that you should definitely play called Severed Steel is amazing, but I wanted to stick with games that I have the most experience with, or just games that I completely adore, whether it be the franchise or just the developers, with Doom ticking both boxes with flying colors. And Doom obviously deserves it after kickstarting my favorite genre into popularity, and revolutionizing gaming with every game, and even recent ones that reinstated boomer shooters. This game blends everything I love about shooters, and puts overdrive to the max with times 100. It's a beautiful mix of demons, beefy guns, cartoony gore, and fast-paced, G-fueled action. G-Fuel should hand me a sponsor, okay? There's not much more to say than what has already been said. This game is just perfect in every single way, and you should just get to playing it, after you finish this video, that is. Okay, this is the final clap, don't worry. Okay, what did I say at the start again? Yeah, we're gonna envision my dream game. So, the first thing that I like to have is just a well-crafted and meaningful story while implementing some action for bits of intensity, as well as moments to connect with the world you're in. I would also like to include some non-linearity into the game, but still be in levels since I just prefer that than an open world. But also having multiple ways to go through a game is a nice experience and will make every playthrough feel different as long as you don't pick the same pathway every time. And it's also just good for replayability and secrets. And another important thing that I would like to have in this type of game is just good gunplay and beefy weapons, whether it be melee or range. I would also just want something that I could just play for hours and not get bored of. And this same principle just applies to gameplay too, like some cool stuff like wall running or sliding. And last of all, I just want a beautiful atmospheric scenes with levels and open-endedness. And this is just really the icing on the cake that helps bring games to life. And it just makes you stop and pause, just appreciate what these game devs took so much time and effort to make. And yes, I know that no game devs are going to be watching this video and gonna pitch this to their team to do this, but it's still a good idea to think about, and it could be done in the future. And I can still show you all this right now with AI, so thank you, AI. Oh, and I can also AI generate my voice now. Maybe this whole video is AI generated, who knows? Well, I do, but you won't. But seriously, I love AI. This is me, Zyx, signing off. So bye.